Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now today the sun is going down, but we have some new bottles. We have the Bombergers and the Shenks. We are going to review the Shenks first, and then maybe later we're going to try the Bombergers. So without further ado, we are doing a whiskey with the E, I believe. So this isn't classed as a bourbon, it is classed as a Kentucky whiskey. So small batch Kentucky sour mash whiskey. So coming out of the Michter's distillery, if you did not know, this is the 2025 batch or release. Says it right here. Alright, so coming in at 91.2 proof, which is 75.6%. Alrighties. Alright, well, let's just open it up and we'll pour some and we'll have a little read. But so unorganized right now. This is like we're leaning on the windowsill. So Shanks, showing you the bottle. Yep. Let's just say some crazy person stabbed into my box of whiskey and nicked the label. It was a good excuse for me to review it for you guys right now. So, and not to mention how wonky is this back label. They totally they put it on wrong. But anyways, let's get it open. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Alrighties, so full transparency, I purchased this from Barrel and Batch for $280 something. So I know retail prices here in Australia, it's a bit crazy, but pause for the cork pop. Just pause and listen to it. Let's go. Oh, that's alright. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We are using this glass. It's not a Glen, but it is a lovely shape. Here we go. Healthy pour. Alright. Now let's put that on there. While this is opening up, we will have a little read. Alright. Shenk's Homestead. So, Shenk's Homestead Sour Mash Whiskey honors the legacy of American whiskey figure John Shenk, who in 1753 founded a distillery that was to become known as Michter's in the 20th century. Please join us in toasting and celebrating American whiskey history. Alrighty, so for everyone who doesn't know, it was called Shenk's, then it became Bombergers, then it became Michter's. There you go. So that's why this is pretty much the legacy series coming out of Michter's. Alright, anyways, let's get right into it. I am curious to see if this is worth the 200 plus price point. So without further ado, let's check it out. Here we go. On the nose. Okay. Okay, there is a sweetness in here. There is like a toasted kind of marshmallow kind of sweetness. I don't know what kind of fruits that is, but you are getting a lot of caramel, a lot of like burnt brown sugar kind of vibes. Now, I believe they do use French oak. So now I don't know if they've just used that for the full maturation, or I don't think it's a finish, or they're not calling it a bourbon, so it probably doesn't go through the whole aged in new American white oak thing. So, but maybe it says something. I don't think it does actually. Nah, it doesn't say nothing like that. Distilled and bottled in Kentucky, batch L 25E1903, bottle number 2327 out of 2429 bottles. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it. Now, normally for something that is over 200 bucks, I would probably want it to have an age statement. I would probably want it to be higher proof than this, but seeing as this is a limited kind of release, we just wanted to see if it is worth the price point. Man, why does my hat feel wonky? Anyways, here we go. Now, normally you'd want a minute in the glass for a year in the cask, but we do not know how many years that was in the cask, in the barrel for. But no, the nose is nice, it's inviting, but I'm not going to say anything fully, you know, it's not mind-bogglingly amazing, but let's see how it tastes. Here we go. Cheers everyone, drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and let me know in the comments, have you tried Shenk's, the 2025 release? Alright, here we go. Tasting, first impression, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Okay. I'm getting, there is a lot, it kind of leads sweet, then obviously it's going towards that barrel impact. Like, you are getting a lot, it's almost like that leathery books, you know, like it's heading towards, there is age in here. We don't know, but that's the impression that I'm getting. Or it could be that same impression that we get when someone's having a drink, sorry. Same impression that we get when we, you know, throw whiskey into a jar and we put like some toasty little bits of wood in there. You know, it just gives it that extra wood impact. Now, I'm not going to say tannic. I mean, is it bitter? Let's judge it on the second sip. Never judge anything on the first sip. Here we go. It's not bad nose though, but honestly, it's not mind-blowing. It is oily. You can tell it is creamy. I mean, yes, it is under 50%, but it does have a long finish. Now, by long finish, I'm not saying it's like a warm Kentucky hug kind of thing. Nah, this is more of you're getting that oak, you know, that oak, that bitter oak, not too bitter, but it's there, is pretty much creating that long finish. Now, I'm not getting any chocolate or anything like this. I love chocolate notes. This is what I'm normally trying to chase, but you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad, guys. Do I rate it? I don't rate it too highly, to be perfectly honest. For the price point, for what it is, yeah, it's great. But honestly, I'd probably spend half the price and grab a Wild Turkey rare breed. You could even splurge a little, pay a little bit more to get a non-chill filtered rare breed, which is still going to be cheaper than this, probably more accessibly available online, or even the standard rare breed. You can find that anywhere. But do I recommend you trying different things? Yes. But if I'm trying to save you from spending too much money and getting disappointed, then I'd probably say I don't know. Oh man, to be honest, we're gonna have to let this come down a little. We are going to let it open up later. I'm probably gonna go live and we're gonna light up a cigar and we're gonna see how it pairs with it. But apart from that, am I loving it right now? You know. Now, Bombergers, on the other hand, I have high expectations for this one. Higher proof, class as a bourbon, so we can judge it in a sense of a bourbon. But this is heading towards $300 here in Australia, so my goodness. But let's have the final sips. We're gonna fully judge this and we will give you do I recommend it or do I not recommend it. I mean, I think I've already highlighted those points, but we do have a flame flying over, if you can hear that. Sour mash. Keep in mind, Jim Beam sour mash whiskey, yeah. It's just the process of how it's made, but I'm just curious why it's not classed as a bourbon. So it must be the whole fact of it is not being aged in new American white oak, maybe. If anyone knows why they just calling this a Kentucky sour mash whiskey, let me know in the comments. Yeah. It's just so subtle. Yes, there's a lot going on, but you have to dig and dissect. Because overall, yes, your standard, your vanillas, your caramels, your toasty type marshmallowy, burnt brown sugar kind of, burnt caramel kind of vibes. You know, probably like a, what do you call it? Frambe? No, I don't even know if that's the word. You know, when you're burning some caramel and you're caramelizing, toasted marshmallow kind of vibes, along with that oak, which is almost coming across half rubbery, or like a dark kind of cherry kind of note, which reminds me of like the Master's Keep Bottled in Bond 17 year, the Master's Keep one from Wild Turkey, but obviously not that intense. This is like you're getting hints of that, very hint. So I'm thinking there is age in this, but it's just low proof for me. But let's finish it up. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Oh, it's definitely not coming across as sweet as what the nose would lead you to believe. Honestly, it just this is more of a woody oak bomb, like at the very end. Now that finish just died off pretty quick, so maybe I'm getting acclimated to it. So that could be a thing. The more you're drinking out of it, maybe the more it's easy drinking. I don't know, is the flavors gonna start just fading away? So that's the vibe that I'm getting right now. But you know what, either way, it's always good to try something new, and it's always good to come on here and say hello to everyone. Much love. My apologies, I have not been coming on here too much, and honestly, life, I have been going through a lot, guys, but not that I share everything to the YouTube community, but yeah, we are going through things, so my apologies if I haven't had the time to come review as much things as I would like to, but we try, all right? Ooh, I almost fell back. I'm standing on a ledge. Anyways, here we go, guys. We're gonna finish it up. Cheers, everyone. It's like, you could almost say like slight apple, or like, maybe it's almost like stewed. But really, before you could even evaluate what that is, it just hits you with the wood impact. It must be French oak. I don't know, I'm getting this element of, it's slight spicy. It's a little bit different than your regular oak that you're used to. Maybe I should have really researched about this before coming on. So honestly, live, practically, unedited, unscripted, we did not practice this. This is my first impression, so you know what? For what it is, under 50%, it does have a long finish. It is complex for what it is. Now, the price is the issue. Over $200, $280 something for this release. Will I be getting another bottle? The collector mind is going to grab another bottle because it's probably going to be harder to get, and I'll be able to hold on to it. And seeing as I don't fully enjoy it now, like it's not mind-blowing, I might not crack it later, and then we could use it as a swap. I don't know, you know, sometimes we just get things just to have it there, and you know, maybe later down the line we get to try it like this now. But otherwise, maybe someone else wants to try this and maybe they want to trade. Not that Australia is big into trading. You know, Australia is not too advanced in that field of whiskeyism. You know, not like in Scotland where, you know, you got all these whiskey kind of shows and all these things. In the bourbon world, all these bottle shares and, you know, all the stuff that Bruiser's doing, which would be awesome here in Australia. But you know what? Cheers everyone, to your health. Drink quality over quantity, and as always, drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink to get drunk. Drink to enjoy, and drink to sample. Drink to try the different smells and flavors, but just be mindful and don't let the drink control you. All right, cheers everyone. Yeah, aged. See, now I'm just getting just woody oakiness, but yep, honestly, the whiskey world can connect you with other like-minded individuals. It is a great social thing, obviously, if everyone's catching up to share the different bottles that they've found, and you know, just sharing each other's thoughts. That's awesome. It's just the bad side of alcohol has gave the whole umbrella of people that drink whiskey into a category. So they're putting all these domestic violences and these drink driving accidents and all these kind of things under the "oh, you drink" umbrella. People, the rest of the world, don't realize that whiskey enthusiasts, we're like 1%, right? Out of 99% of folks that get drunk. Maybe we're 10%. Either, we're a small number. Like those who didn't go get their vaccines. We are the true 1%ers. Anyone need any non-vaccinated blood? I'll be charging an arm and a leg. Nah. But you know what I mean. This is going to be like a rare thing. I am a rare thing. Anyways, much love to you all. I'm going to be rambling. I'm going to be repeating myself, but much love to you all. Let me know in the comments if you have tried last year's Shenk's 2025 release. Let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy it, or did you enjoy the Bombergers more? Let me know in the comments. All right, we're going on to 20 minutes. Much love to everyone. All right. Wow. 280 something dollars. Australia, what are you doing? Anyways, ladies everyone. Oh, I need another hand to, oh no, that's gonna smash. Here we go, we're gonna have to press the stop button. What is he doing back there? Ladies,